Now let us discuss the same case about the base. Consider a simple base like this is the base B. According to the Arrhenius concept, acids are those species which tends to donate the hydrogen ion. It donates its hydrogen ion, while the base are those species which tends to accept the hydrogen ion. So this base will accept the hydrogen ion. This is the hydrogen ion. It accepts its hydrogen ion and form a species BH positive. Consider another example of ammonia. NH3 is ammonia. 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen atom. It combines with hydrogen ion because the base has the affinity to accept the hydrogen ion. It accepts the hydrogen ion and form the ammonium ion NH4 positive. Now this is the base, this is the base, and this is the base, and this is the hydrogen ion. Both of these bases accepts the hydrogen ion. What the species formed is this. These are the conjugate acid. These both are the conjugate acid. Why we are calling this as the conjugate acid? Because you can see that this conjugate acid now will donate the hydrogen ion, means it splits into the base and hydrogen ion. So this donates the hydrogen ion, that's why we call this the conjugate acid. Conjugate means it is the conjugate of the base. In the same way, this can donate a hydrogen ion and form again the ammonia. So we can also call this as the conjugate acid of the base, ammonia base. While in this we discussed that this is the conjugate base of an acid, because this species accepts the hydrogen ion. That's why we call this as the base of the conjugate of the acid. Because but in this case, this base will donate the hydrogen ion. Means this has the affinity to donate the hydrogen ion, and this is called the conjugate acid. That's why we call this as the conjugate acid. Now tell me which one of the following is the protonated form of the base or deprotonated form of the base. Both of these are called the base, because when this accepts, then this will form this base, this accepts, then this will form this. So you can see that the protonated form is the one in which hydrogen ion is or proton is attached to the species. In the case you can see that the hydrogen ion is not directly attached to the species. The hydrogen ion is not directly attached, but in this case the hydrogen ion is attached to the species and the hydrogen ion is attached to the species. So these two are the protonated form of base, because we are dealing with the base. While in both of these cases the hydrogen ion is not directly attached to the species, so that's why we can call this as the hydrogen ion is not attached to these bases. That's why we call it as this deprotonated. Means in these bases the proton is not present. Deprotonated form of bases. Now the deprotonated form is charged or the protonated form is charged. You can see that this is the deprotonated form. No charge is present on the above of this base. This is the deprotonated form, no charge is present. While these are the protonated form in which the proton is attached directly and they bears the charge. So we can say that the deprotonated form of the bases will be uncharged, while the protonated form of the bases will be charged. So we reach to the conclusion about the bases and acids. We can talk this in 4 points, that the protonated form of the acid will be uncharged, the deprotonated form of the acid will be charged, whereas the protonated form of the bases is charged and the deprotonated form of the bases is uncharged. So the protonated form of acid will be charged while the protonated form of the base will be uncharged. The deprotonated form of the acid will be charged while the deprotonated form of the base will be uncharged. So these are the main points